In my notes, I have the noon and meme mushaddata or mushaddada is the noon and meme that comes with a shadda. A shadda is represented by a little W. That's what we're going to call it. They call it a little W. But actually, this sign right here, what does that come from? This goes back to your Tajweed class, which we're going to redo tonight. What does this mean?
This lam lam. Allah.
No, this is not the lam lam. What this is a sheen. This is a sheen that has the three dots taken away and the tail cut off. So the only thing, Khali Balik here, don't write, we'll look first. So the only thing left is this shape. Now, why did they take a sheen and make it the sign for shadda? Because the sheen here represents the word shadda, okay? And so that's why they took this away and left that right there, and then they wiped that off because it's difficult to write when you're writing. So they just left that part right there, okay? Why am I telling you this? What's the importance of this? Why am I telling you? These are the details. Attention to details. Knowledge, al-ilmu bit-ta'allum. You may hear this before. Knowledge, people don't know how to translate. They say knowledge is by studying. That's because you don't understand Arabic. Al-ilmu bit-ta'allum, like al-hilmu bit-tahallum, wal-kalamu bit-takallum. Okay? Knowledge is likened to getting better and being nice and generous because you have to do it. You have to. Okay? And then how do you do it? Takallum. The scale takallum is a thing that you have to do little by little. What does takallum mean? Does anybody know? To speak. Don't be scared. No, say it out loud. Be wrong here. Okay? This is where you make your mistakes. So takallum means to speak. Now how do we liken that to learning? When you speak, what are you pronouncing?
Words, letters.
Letters. The smallest of it is letters. So small pronunciations of letters put together with other letters make words. Words make sentences. Sentences make fiqarat, which is paragraphs and whole lengthy conversations. So kalam, speech, is but takallum, by learning, speaking these little words, these little sounds until you have whole sentences. And al-ilm bit-ta'allum is by learning little issues. One small issue at the time. Just like we were talking about walking. It's not learning a whole big mas'ala. You know, you learn all this stuff and what? No, it don't happen that way. You can't understand that big issue until when you see the scholars go through it, they start with one little issue and this is why we do this and this is why we do that. And you can't follow. You're like, well, you know, why did they go there? Because you didn't learn the fundamentals. You didn't learn the small issues. Or if you did, then you say, oh, I see right away why that's an issue and why that's an issue because of this fundamental, that fundamental, this little issue. You understand that? So knowledge is not just acquired by studying, it's by studying small issues at a time. Following and paying attention to what? The details. What are details? Small things. Like, why is this a little W? Why is this scene or this sheen there? And what does it mean? And it's a sign to let you know shadda means to put more to it. So it's as if you put two noons there. So why didn't they write two noons there? One sukoon and one with the fatha. Why didn't they do that? Go back to the first principle you learned in Arabic. The Arabs love what? The Arabs love what? The Arabs love abbreviation. You see how you tie this stuff together? There is no schizophrenia in Arabic or in Islam, I should say. Each piece follows the next piece. If you're thinking, you can find it. Okay? So because the Arabs love abbreviation, they're not going to write like this. A noon. Here is like this. Say a noon, okay? They're not going to do that. They're going to say, well, it's easier, just go like this, man. And we put a shadda over it, and we be done. But what we're saying is an-noon. And that's important when you get to Tajweed and you start counting, and you have to give this 2 counts. Well, I'm giving this 2 counts, because there's 2 noons there. You understand the point? No. Okay. Now, having said that, let's erase this. Please help me out. So we're talking about ahkam al-nun wa mim mushaddatayn, right? Mushaddatayn. Mushaddadatain. Man, my tongue twisters, right? The mim and the noon when they have a shadda over it. Everybody following the class? Okay. With regards to the rules surrounding the mim and the noon, okay, well at first it says, a shadda is represented by the little w or the sheen over a letter. A letter with shadda over it is called mushaddada. A mushaddada letter is really two letters. Do I have to explain that again? Does everybody follow that? The first letter is sakin and the second letter is mutaharrik. Mutaharrik means to move, okay? These deviant groups are called harakat because they follow they're always busy. You know, they're called busybody. You know, they're always into something that ain't right. Okay? So, mutaharrik means something that moves. What are the three things that move? What are the three sounds that move in Arabic? Come on, give me three sounds that are called mutaharrik. They are a, I, u. Say that. So that's a fatha, dhamma, kasra. And it's called mutaharrik because it makes the letter move. It brings a vowel to the sound. Otherwise, vowel to the pronunciation. Okay? So just in case, we're going to do that again. So one noon is here, another noon is here. This one is sakin, and the other one is mutaharrik with one of these things. Okay? But since the Arabs don't start on abbreviation, on a sukoon, we would say anni, anna, annu. Okay? That's how you would do this type of thing right here. That's what it means when we have a shadda. And instead of doing that, we do this. Okay? Instead of doing this, we do this. Is that clear? No. No questions. Okay. So, and the reason why we ask all the time, is that clear? Do you understand? Because knowledge, the word ilm, it means to know something. Knowing something is not known until it is clear. Wadih. If there is some ishkal, if there's some doubt, some question, then you don't know it. You understand that? So that's why I say to you all the time, do you understand that? Because it has to be clear. Clarifying something is teaching and knowing something. Wadih? See that? Wadih, mesh? Okay. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. With regards to the rules surrounding the meme and the noon, when they come mushaddad, then the author said, وَغُنَّ مِيمًا ثُمَّ نُونٍ شُدِّدَ. The author said, وَغُنَّ مِيمًا ثُمَّ نُونًا شُدِّدَ. What did I say? I taught earlier that if the kesra comes under the sheen, the shadda, the sign of shadda, then that means e. Even though we can put it under here, it's quicker because when you write a word, let me do another point, teaching, reading here. When you write a word, you write the shape of the word, then you go back. You don't go to the next word yet. You go back to that word and you start at the beginning of the word. You may see me do it backwards sometimes. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. Because that's when people make silly mistakes. Okay? You're supposed to go back to the beginning of the word and say it. You know? Shu. Okay? Di. Oh, see, I did it wrong. So then I would correct that right there and say da. Okay? So if you do it backwards, you might miss something. And now you got to erase a whole bunch of stuff. So that's how you go. And then you go to the next word. You write the shape, go back, put the vowels on it. And the student begins his lessons by putting the vowels on all his work until he gets to the level where he's doing it so fast he can't do it anymore. Okay? So that's his tazkiyah. That's his permission to stop doing it. When you learn nahw wa sarf, then you don't have to do it anymore. But until you learn nahw wa sarf, and your teacher knows and you know that you know it, put the tanween and all the harakat there. Okay? Be experts. That's being meticulous. Going right along. وَغُنَّ مِيمًا ثُمَّ نُونٍ شُدِّدَ وَسَمِّ وَسَمِّ كُلًّا حرف حرف غنة بدا. Let me erase this small piece over here so as not to cause any confusion. وَغُنَّ نُونٍ ثُمَّ مِيمٍ شُدِّدَا وَسَمِّ كُلٍّ حَرْفَ غُنَّةٍ بَدَا. Can I erase this piece right here? Okay, thank you.